Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
It sucked. The first fight, they had a lot of respect for each other. As soon as Canelo tested positive, I think all that respect went out the window. Triple G felt disrespected. It was a big cancellation for him. It was a fight that he was looking forward to, that rematch. You know, starting from the controversy from the first fight, the decision from the first fight, which nobody on the Triple G team agreed with, even HBO didn't agree with that. So he wanted to get him back in the ring. Then we had the positive tests, not just one, but two positive tests. And look, Triple G was very direct in his comments, what he thought, his opinion. So was Abel Sanchez. And this affected Canelo. He took that personal. Gennady took it personal when he felt an athlete of Canelo's caliber. It's a highest class caliber where these two guys are fighting. And Triple G just feels there's really no excuse to have a positive test. He knows, Triple G knows, if he had a positive test, the boxing world would go bananas, especially Canelo, especially Golden Boy. I'd say there's something in that punching power. You know, there have been so many allegations about something on his wraps or his gloves or training up here in Big Bear. Why is he punching so hard? And he just feels that if he had the test, it would have been a disaster for him, and he felt the same way. He just felt that it was careless from Canelo. He was very expressive, and I can tell Canelo's pissed off, Triple G's pissed off, but that's really what's going to make it a great fight for the fans. The fans are the winners in this whole controversy because they're going to see, first fight was a great fight, but the second fight, the rematch, I think is going to be even to a better level. Canelo changes, if he's not as defensive, that would be a great thing for the fans. He's predicting a knockout, and you can't knock somebody out by being defensive. You know, he did go 12 rounds. You have to give him credit for that. You might say he survived 12 rounds. It was a competitive fight, so we can't take anything away from Canelo. But now he's a year older. He has the experience of going 12 rounds. We hope his confidence is higher now where he can actually be more aggressive, like he's saying. He predicted the first fight. He said he's the only true Mexican in there that is going to fight like a Mexican, and he fought completely different. He fought the style that he criticized Floyd for fighting and Lara for fighting. But look, this has become personal. Triple G is going to start a lot faster. He's going to cut off the ring. Now that we know what to expect from Canelo, he's never fought like that once before in his whole career. So now we know what possibly could happen in there. Triple G will be much better prepared for this defensive style. We have new shoes designed by Jordan with faster soles. That way he'll be quicker in the ring. He'll be able to get there faster than Canelo moves side to side. So we appreciate the new shoes from Jordan. And I think Gennady will be better prepared for this defensive style that Canelo brought the first time around. I think so. I think we saw with Vanes Martirosyan. Vanes fought a lot of world-class fighters, had never been stopped before. It's true that he moved up from 154 to 160, but nobody was as aggressive with Vanes as Triple G was in the second round. I think, unfortunately, for Vanes, Triple G was so pissed off, had so much frustration that he took it out on Vanes, and I think we'll see the same thing, all this pent-up frustration being taken out on Canelo Alvarez on September 15th.
Put together in the second time.
It wasn't really, it wasn't a little tough, it was very tough. You know, Triple G always puts on a big drama show in the ring. It's always exciting when he gets in the ring. This was a big drama show outside the ring with these negotiations. We were going back and forth for about a month with the positive test. Triple G felt, look, he's Triple G's the champion. Out of respect for the champion, he should get 50-50. Then when we were going back and forth, he said, you know what, I'm going to make a concession to Canelo. If Canelo really thinks he's the A side, Triple G came off the 50-50 position. He came down, Canelo came up a little bit. We were very close, but we still, you know what they say, it's close but no cigar. We were close, but Eric and I couldn't close the gap, even though the gap at that point was just really small. We couldn't close it. We really were looking in a different direction. They were looking in a different direction. Golden Boy made up the deadline. We had the deal already made with Billy Joe Saunders. Triple G had no problems he wanted naturally his first priority was the rematch with Canelo. That's who he wanted to get in the ring. But he had no problems if he had to fight Saunders, for example, undefeated champion, unifying another title. It's a lower profile fight, naturally lower on the financial scale, but he wasn't focused on the finances. He just wanted to have a competitive fight in the ring out of respect for the sport of boxing, and out of respect that he is a champion, he wanted to get what he felt was fair. After the deadline, Golden Boy had that deadline after the deadline about an hour. I thought the fight was dead. I told everyone. I told Tecate, I told the MGM, I told HBO. I said, look guys, Eric and I tried everything. They couldn't get Canelo up. I couldn't get Gennady to come down. We couldn't agree on the middle. I even at one point offered, you know what, Triple G, I'll put in some of my money to help bridge the gap. And he said, no, it has to come from Canelo or Golden Boy in order to make this deal out of respect. So even that solution didn't work. But at the end of the day, an hour later, after this was dead, it wasn't even on life support. This fight was dead for an hour. Eric called me up. He said, look, I talked to Oscar. We have one last proposal for you. We have a deal that we think is going to meet what Triple G has wanted. And when they made the proposal, the thing that made all that a lot more complicated, Triple G was in Moscow. I was in LA, Eric was in LA, Triple G's in Moscow. Canelo's in Mexico somewhere. And we're trying to put this fight together. He needs to get, naturally, Canelo's permission. I need to get Triple G's permission. Triple G was in Moscow for the opening ceremonies of World Cup. Somehow we figured out a way. An hour afterwards, they came back with that last proposal. It met what Triple G wanted. Within 5 minutes, he said, no problem, Tom, make the fight. Tell him I'm going to come and knock out Canelo this time. And that's how it happened. And I have to say, out of respect to both guys, this is the second time that they're going to get in the ring. Unlike a lot of guys, a lot of champions talking about fighting each other, but they can't figure out a way to make the fight happen. There's much more at stake in this fight than any other fight because the financial position in this fight is so much bigger. So instead of two champions talking about fighting each other, these guys not only fought one time, they're fighting a second time. So out of that fact alone, you got to respect both Triple G and Canelo.
Not only the money, huge ramifications for each guy.
Oh, absolutely. This is a legacy fight for both guys. This is, look, if Triple G wins this fight or retains his title, he breaks Bernard Hopkins' legendary record. Nobody thought anyone would break that record of 20 title defenses in the middleweight division. And if Canelo wins the fight, all of a sudden, not only is he the best middleweight, now he's in the discussion for best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport of boxing. He's going to unify the titles that we worked so hard to put together. That's another reason why Triple G took this personal and is so pissed off, because of Canelo's cancellation of the May 5 fight, it put that IBF title in jeopardy. IBF wound up stripping him because we were negotiating for the Canelo fight, and he's always wanted to unify the titles, and now he's pissed off about that. So he's not happy with Canelo at this point. Whatever Canelo says, why Clenbuterol got in his system, Triple G's not buying it. He's pissed off, and he just wants to get him back in the ring. As soon as the Nevada Commission clears him, and he passes all of his tests, Triple G's coming in there, and he's gonna be the hunter against the younger guy.
Can't wait. Thanks.
Thanks, Ed.